Hello and welcome, everybody. Pushing buttons. That's what I'm doing. I'm pushing buttons, 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 buttons. So, welcome, everybody. My name is Mary Jane Tracy, psychic medium, spiritual level of life coach, and budding astrologer, coming to you with a 411 of the cray cray of the world around you. Ah, yes, the cray cray of the world around you. Well, Mars took the big dive, and he dove into Scorpio today. So he is home, and he is feeling pretty good being home. Looking around. He's like, "Oh, it's been here. Haven't been here for a while. What's going on?" Doesn't mean that he gets to sit back and relax and being home. I mean, there's a few things that are going to be coming up for him, and the sun is squaring over to the moon. So if you're out early this morning, the moon, it was just, it was so beautiful. It was just, the moon was just up there, and it was a perfect square. You could see that it was a perfect square, and it is in Leo. It's going to be going out of bounds. It, you know, Venus is still out of bounds. There's this, you know, kind of intensity kind of feeling. You might find people a little persnickety. That's my new word today, is persnickety. Can you say that? Persnickety. So there's going to be people who are going to be a little bit persnickety today. So good morning, Missy Dawn. And that persnickety energy is, might be something that's going to push you through something, push you, I mean, it's a energy that is, I think, there's frustration there, and with that frustration, that it's like, oh, I got to do this, and then finally you push through something that you were unable to push through before. So that Mars energy is really going to really fire you up, I'll say, in getting things going. The other thing with this Mars energy too is, when there's craziness in the cosmos, there's craziness here on Earth. So as above, so below. So yeah, there's gonna be some little bit of craziness. People are gonna be speaking out of turn. People are gonna be speaking and saying things that maybe you don't want to hear, or it's, the frustrations. You might have a difference of opinion, all kinds of crazy things. So it really go with the flow. That's what I'm gonna say. Just go with it. We're in Scorpio season. We're coming up to a new moon on Thursday. Oh, so if you're wanting to order your mini readings, definitely get a hold of me to order your mini readings, because new moon on Thursday. Wow. So we got some craziness coming in. So few things that I've been thinking of. Few things. I do this. Um, because I want to do some offerings for people during the month of November. And I was thinking one of my offerings that I really wanted to do is manifesting with the angels, and do a 1-day course on a Saturday, or on manifesting with the angels. And the one angels, a lot of times, when we're manifesting or we're working with angels, that's my husband in the background. People think of Michael, but one of the angels that I was kind of being pulled to and to work with is a beautiful energy, and it's Archangel Raziel. And Archangel Raziel is a um he's one that sometimes you don't hear a lot about, or um he's one to bring in prosperity. He's an angel to bring in, for money. He is the one that brings in the secrets of God. Shh, be very quiet. He's the keeper of secrets. So this is where I'm feeling that, because Archangel Raziel would be a beautiful angel to come in, because sometimes when we are wanting to manifest, maybe there's secrets within inside of us that we are withholding from our own self, believe it or not, or we don't want to, maybe we're just too afraid to step forward in this energy. So working with Archangel Raziel, he is a beautiful energy to work with. He is also one that comes in and beautiful, like he's sometimes has yellow with him, yellow and red with him as I see him. He is one of the seven angels of God. So I mean, and the archangel is an angel of protection. So he does the protection as well. So this is an angel that brings in mystery. This is an angel that brings in um wisdom. And that's the other part that's beautiful about him. He's an angel of wisdom. So he's bringing forth wisdom for us and helping us to open up and unlock our key to our own wisdom and to the divine in order to bring forth the prosperity and the abundance and the love and the joy and the peace and all of that beautiful scrumptiousness, right? And that's what he wants to do. He wants to bring in the beautiful scrumptiousness for us. So I'm wanting to do an offering for working with Archangel Raziel. And when I was thinking about it, I'm not too sure yet. I know November 7th, I'm having an open invite for people in Calgary if they want to come and just come over and I don't know, nibble on some nibblies with me and celebrate my birthday. My birthday's coming up this week. It's November 4th. But Saturday on November the 7th, I was thinking would be a wonderful time for people to come over and just have a few nibblies and, uh, bring your bring some booze if you want to drink some booze. I'll have coffee and tea for people. And sit around and just have a chat and see how everybody's doing and just connect. And I think it would be a beautiful time to do that and bring that to. Can I have my cookie and play my game? Yep. And that would be a wonderful time just for connection and doing connections. So I was thinking, hello, little Miss Honeybee, Cynthia. I was thinking on November 7th. So November 7th, I wanted to just do a nice little come on in, let's connect. I don't know anything about restrictions or any of that bullshit. I just want to connect with people. And I thought a few people over. I don't know what kind of trouble can we get into. Just saying. Um and connect on November 7th and then have I think the following weekend would be a very beautiful weekend to bring in that manifesting and do a manifesting with the archangels and bringing forth that energy with the archangels because it is not no Cynthia, not us. We don't do any shenanigans. We're too old now, girl. We're too old to do shenanigans. um bringing in some light, bringing in some love, and working and doing some working with Archangel Raziel. So this is one of the things I want to bring in is working with Archangel Raziel. The other part that I wanted to, for people who have signed up for, say, the fairy workshop, Archangel or the Angel Alchemy class, these are longer courses that are 15 and 6 weeks long. And the planetary mapping one is also one that is 7 weeks long, or no, it's a little bit long. Well, yeah, about 7 weeks long. So those courses I'm going to be bringing in the new year. That's the other thing. So those courses for people who've signed up for them, I have your name down. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. And those are the ones that are going to be coming up in the new year for January, February, March, including the karmic release class. And I feel like over the next several years, yes, we're going through it. The karmic release is going to be one that's needed because of so much that's coming forth. Hence, working with Archangel Raziel, working with the mysteries, working with the energies and the secrets is going to help you to open up and they're showing me a zipper to unzip that of which needs to be unzipped in your life and released. And so some things are kept in nice little Ziploc bags, and we put them in little Ziploc bags. Our energies are in little Ziploc bags. I love it. And Archangel Raziel to help to release it. So that is a very beautiful one. Plus, if you've already taken the karmic release, working with Raziel will help you, because we're coming to a time of the year. If you've worked with if you worked on the karmic release, that you're going to be coming through, because we're at, I think, around the 6 month mark. Okay, we're around the 8 month mark. So about seventh, eighth month mark. And those who took it the year before, you're coming up to over a year and a half. So this course would be actually really nice for the karmic release also, and working with Raziel, because Raziel would be a beautiful, like, working with that energies of more intensity, more releasements that are coming in, and aligning, because there's a lot of alignments that are coming in for those who have done the karmic release. So we have that. That's the other thing that I'm my mind was thinking. So that's with that course. So the other part too, and I was just this sort of like a housekeeping kind of um scope right now. The other part I was thinking about is my auction. Now, I really was not going to do the auction this year. Last year was kind of the year before was okay. In 2019, fabulous. 2018, I started the auction back in, I think, 2017. I did a little one in 2016, did one in 2017, 2018. Those auctions were, by 2019, it was yes, it was okay. 2020, yeah, no. I'm gonna say no. And so this year I was gonna, like, no, I wasn't going to do an auction, but I was going to go and do special sales throughout and offerings throughout December for people. And I was going to start that off right around the American Thanksgiving, which is the fourth Thursday of November, and started on the Black Friday, and begin to do special offerings. So if people wanted to do anything like the Journey Club, the Karmic Release, or any of those classes, I would be having these offerings, and they'd be up there and people could purchase them, and doing that, because I wasn't going to do particularly each day have a auction done. Um, it just didn't. I think people, either they're too busy, and with the intensities of a lot of the energies that are coming in, also I feel more spiritual guidance is going to be needed for people, because of some of the restrictions, or what they're the energies of what they're trying to do right now is to discredit churches and to um spirituality. And this is my fear, and this is sort of what I've been sort of feeling and seeing, is people like who do astrology or readings, and um different spiritual work, healers. We're going to see that they're going to try and put a push on them not to be doing what they do, or kind of like demonizing it. I mean, we're seeing right now horrific things that are coming down to, and it's funny, it's coming down to pastors, not priests, per se, with the Catholic Church, because Catholic Church, there's some other, yeah, there's some crazy fucked up shit that's going on there. We'll get to that in a minute. But with pastors that you're seeing, so these are men, and that have come out, that want to preach and host, preach about God, preach about love, preach about what Jesus was all about, yet are being demonized, and are told this is not what you're allowed to talk about. You're not allowed to talk about anything on the pulpit. And this is where I feel we have to gather even more and become stronger. We have to come together and not lose that sight. So that's the other reason why, either taking my courses, doing consultations with me, doing some spiritual work with me, helps to give you that inner strength of what you need to carry on through all of this. We need a spiritual base. A spiritual base is so important at this time. And if you feel like you're wavering all over the place, I'm going to say it's because you don't have a spiritual base. When you have the angels, when you have the goddesses, and when you have the gods, when you have, bringing in, the rosary, or the mala beads, when you have that as a base, it gives you that strength to carry on in amongst chaos and craziness. It allows for you to be able to say, yeah, I can do this. you know um it's not that you can see it, like mala beads and prayer beads and things like that help us to connect, because we are human and we are on a 3D roller coaster ride in the mundane world. You can't escape that. That's the whole thing. It's like, it's not that we want you to escape anything. We want you to connect with the divine as you are connecting within the 3D world, as you are going around in your everyday life. This is so important, because if you don't have that connection, then it's going to be difficult when craziness and shit hits the fan. When you don't have that um groundedness, or and you're having to deal with family members, or you're having to deal with some kind of crisis that comes up, makes it a little bit more difficult when I feel you don't have that basis. That's in my experience. And you have a fab day too, Cynthia. And I find that it's so important for us to begin to connect, and to connect with one another even more, and come to stronger bonds. We're going to be needing it. We're going to be needing it. And even within those strong bonds, this is where, the one thing about having, like, churches were mainly, or religions were brought together for reasons, right? There was reasons why they formulated, even before religion, before that dogma. There was other, spirituality forms there. People came together for ritual. People came together in harmony. They were there to help one another, the sick, the poor, the needy, the ones that needed the help. That's one of the reasons why we have to do it. When we have energies that are coming in to try and segregate us and push us into different sects, and say, well, you can't talk to them, you can't talk to them, you can't say this, you can't say that, it causes ill will, and it causes others not to be able um to connect. That causes more mental illness. I feel like it's very important for this unity to come together. Hence is why I'm going to be doing, mini offerings in that, for you know so one day, for the manifesting with Archangel Raziel will be, a $50 for that workshop. Starting on Black Friday, I'm going to be putting up different my classes as an offering. Give me an offer, a reasonable offer, to to purchase this workshop. This is where I feel it is so important, and it helps me to continue doing what I'm doing, and I feel to give back to you to do the things that you need to do within your own realm. So connection is important. Connection is important. And we're with Mars going to be there for quite some time. We have Venus is going to be heading into Capricorn, and she's slowing right down, and then going retrograde around, I think it's the I don't know if it's the 17th or 19th. I don't have my notes right in front of me, but going retrograde in around the summer, in around the winter solstice. So she will be going retrograde, and then we have some other shenanigans that will be going on at the time too. So this is a very powerful time for us to manifest, to help us to create that abundance in our world, and to create more joy. And that's, in amongst the more crazier it gets, this is where we have to connect and find the more joy and laughter with one another. And that's so, so, so important. So today, find some joy, find some laughter. We're coming into this energy with Halloween, and it is finding that joy, finding that connection. It's so important to find that connection. um I know with for many it's decisions are for many are coming in. I know with the November 1st, some people it's November 14th 15th, some it's later on in November, but huge decisions are having to be made in people's lives, and what those decisions are and how they are going to be within your family and within the life that you are stepping forward into. So having spirituality is important. Now I know I did mention the Catholic Church, and I know there is some craziness that's going on within the Catholic Church and the Pope. So I was raised Catholic. I have my little rosary here, but my feeling of it is that the church, which what the Catholic means universal. So it's supposed to be a universal energy of connection. And all religions, I'm not saying, but all religions have some kind of crazy bullshit. And I know Catholics hold a majority of it. And that's because they were the first Christian church. And this is where there are, the Catholic Church is more powerful than what people put them to be. And there's more than what meets the eye when it comes to that church. When it comes to magic, when it comes to understanding the astrology and the astronomy, they follow it, they know it. They don't want it, they don't promote it. But remember, astrology used to be for the kings and the queens and the pope. The astrology was mainly for that of the rich and the famous. It wasn't for the measly peasants. The main thing that, say, a farmer would follow would be the moon phases and the sun, and would be following, different different parts, of the astrology, but not fully, not as in depth of what the kings and the queens would do, or when when they were going to war, they would be saying, Mars, look at where Mars is right now. This is a time of action. This is a time of going into war. We have Saturn, and they would probably make their action probably, I would say November 3rd to November 6th or 7th would be a day that some kind of crazy action would take, because those are the dark phases of the moon. And they understand that. They understand that. And this is where, for us, when we empower one another and we empower, the more information you got, the better you can make decisions. And utilizing those decisions is so important. So the church has a lot of power. The Pope has basically said to get vaccinated, whatever reasoning that is, to take the elixir. One is to be in good favor, right? You want to be in good favor with people. The other thing is that I think it's funny, but I know he's not practicing anymore, and he's an evil man. Is the president of the United States is a Catholic and a Scorpio. So we're coming up to some energy with the Mars hitting his sun, and also with the Queen. The Queen we have now in opposition, and there's announcements now that the Queen will not be making any. She's on light duties for the next 2 weeks. So we're going to be seeing the Queen ailing, and don't feel that she's going to leave us this year, but it could be around her birthday or just after her birthday of next year. So that will play a very interesting role, especially with how the economy is starting to go. And the $25 million that they set aside for the Queenie's birthday um, may be going to something else, but they all automatically already have money set aside for the Queen's funeral, and the Queen's funeral is more than $25 million, just an FYI. And that's not in, I shouldn't say dollars, I should say in pounds, 25 million pounds. So it's a little bit more than dollars. Um, so there's so much that's happening, and having a spirituality or having a basis and working, say, with the angels, like Archangel Raziel is an angel to bring forth money and prosperity. Archangel Zadkiel is another beautiful one. Archangel Ariel is a beautiful one to work within the mundane world and work with your animals. She's a beautiful one. She loves animals. So the angels are there to help, and they've always been there to help. They are aligned to different astrological energies. We have fixed stars named after them. So I mean, that's how powerful they are, is that are the ancient ones named stars after for Archangel Michael, because Archangel Michael is the guardian. He guards the gateway to the Pleiadians. He is in that alignment between Gemini and Taurus, which is the gateway to heaven. So if you've studied any of the old Hermetic magic and old Hermetic ways, they talk about between the stairway to heaven. Stairway to heaven is in between that of Gemini and Taurus, for us to reach out of the steps of purgatory and reach to the higher heights. And this is what we are attaining. This is where we are wanting to go, is moving out of the energies of purgatory. And the energies of purgatory are hanging on to a lot of the 3D world, hanging on to a lot of what the belief is that this is going to make your life so much better, whatever it is. It could be that Twix chocolate bar will make you feel Twix chocolate bar. Anyways, if you haven't seen that commercial, people, please watch that commercial. It is just utterly fucking crazy. I'm going off on a tangent here, but let's see. Let's see if I could get it. Yeah, it's a Twix transgender commercial. I won't be able to play. Well, maybe I can do it. Just hang on. I'm going to do a shared screen. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Or not. This is
Twix presents.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to give you guys full screen. Hang on here. Hold on. And let me know your thoughts.
Bite-sized Halloween.
How can they screw up a Halloween ad for candy? That has to be impossible.
Hi. I'm your new nanny.
All right, so we have hot cosplay Gen Zer shows up to babysit what looks like a little boy in a dress. Okay.
Well, your parents seem to think you do.
Why are you dressed up? It's not Halloween yet.
So kids are being kids, wondering why the young boys in a dress. Somehow that's bad, I guess.
Can I help you? Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Do you want to find out? You buckled?
I'm still wearing my princess dress.
Do you want her?
A great babysitter, instead of saying, dress up in the clothes you normally dress up in, so you don't get static at the park because kids have no filter. leave the young boy in a dress.
Hey, you! Princess! You look like a girl. Why are you wearing that?
Dressing like this makes me feel good.
A lot of things make people feel good, but doesn't mean you do them. Babysitter needs to be shit canned. She's not doing this little boy any favors.
Okay, I
Your name
didn't know that
is-
there
she
was
looks weird. You look weird,
information
your
from
name looks
another.
weird. You guys are both weird.
No, we're just different.
Boys don't wear dresses.
Whoa!
So now we can normalize boys wearing dresses instead of boys experimenting and trying things and then realizing it's not the norm in our society. We're going to have Twix advertise for this. Seems right.
Whoa! Where is it coming from? What's happening? Help!
And now the woke nanny assaults the little boy in the park. That's even better. I guess it's justified, right?
We should go.
Yeah, let's haul ass after I assaulted the little boy in the park. Hold my hand.
Will he come back?
Yeah, probably.
Good work, Twix. Wait.
So this is not a commercial for chocolate bar. This gonna have to hold you now. Yeah, this commercial, whatever he was iterating, whatever. But anyways, it's not a commercial. It comes down. It is not a commercial for chocolate bar. It's not. It has nothing to do with a chocolate bar. It had nothing to do except dressing up. That's it. And it really promoted that it's okay to hurt somebody because they don't agree with you and walk away from what they did. Now, that's not the only commercial that's out there that's like that. But that's the part of the propaganda that's coming out, is that, to have you think a certain way and act a certain way. And if you don't act that way, then you're wrong. I'm just hanging up my phone here because I'm on Instagram. So this, my poor Instagram people. There we go. I don't know if my phone will actually hang anymore. There we go. So this energy that's coming in is slap and run. Well, that's the whole thing. It is making it okay to, if you don't agree with me, then I can assault you and I'm in the right because I have rights or whatever. I don't, there's nothing more I can say about that. But that's not the only commercial like that. There's a few other commercials that are coming out and they have nothing to do. Oh, the Dorito one about with the homosexuals. The Dorito one. So it has nothing to do with what they're what it's about. But it is about branding, and they don't want to lose favor with the left. They don't want to lose favor with that around them. They want to make sure that they're in the good so that they get a good, hear this, social credit score. What you are promoting and what you are saying out there is going to give you a social credit score. So just an FYI, I don't have a good social credit score. I probably will not have a good social credit score because I am not aligning with what they are promoting or saying. I'm not aligning with promotion of saying this is an okay commercial. No, if you want to sell chocolate bars, cool, sell the fucking chocolate bars. It has nothing to do with sex. It has nothing to do with gender. It has nothing to do with anything else except enjoying a chocolate bar. That's all it is. And this is part of what, the energies that are coming in, and here comes some Mars in me, of standing up and saying no, Same with, taking the elixir, not taking the elixir is another force upon people on, if you don't do this, then this is what's going to happen to you. If you don't stand, you are not going to be able to live within this society. How atrocious this is. Now, swinging back to working with the angels and manifesting, that's why it's so important to create the abundance, to create the energies of God, of goddesses, and bring that forth and bring that into our lives on a daily basis, because it gives us that power to say, you know what, I don't agree with you, but you don't have the right to hurt me. You don't have the right to try and be rude. And I have a right to say what I want to say. And if you think it's hate crime, well, God bless you. I think what you're saying is hate crime. And this is where, the change, and this is where the energies are coming in. And with Saturn's being the ruler, Saturn's Day, um, is coming in with newness and new laws, new rules, and new ways of looking at the world. But it's in Aquarius, and Aquarius means wanting to bring it into harmony, wanting to be able to understand one another, yet not judge to a point that you are hurting or enforcing what your beliefs are upon other people. So, yeah, crazy, just crazy, people. It's it is. There's really, really enjoys me. She's like, oh my God, is it time to put anything in my coffee yet, Mary? So, my loves, there's a there's a reason why we have um Irish cream and Baileys and stuff to put in our coffee. It's just to get through. It's just to get through. And so, sending you guys out so much love. I will be having more information about manifesting with Archangel Raziel, and that workshop on the times and dates and everything with that. So, sending you guys out with so much love. Thank you, thank you for joining and being a part of my day. And thank you for all who joined me last night. That was absolutely makes my head hurt. Sorry, Raylene, I love you. Thank you so much for joining me last night. It was a beautiful evening, and I feel I made some really good connections with your ancestors. I felt it felt it was so great. Some of them were so hilarious that came through, and others were just like it's like it's funny when I work with spirits. It's like others are just sort of waiting and they're watching to see what's going on. They're kind of hesitant, and then when they come forward, others are a little bit quiet, and they don't have a huge message to say except that they love you and that they're okay and that they're at peace and they're so happy that you were part of their journey. I know I know sometimes you want a bigger message, but sometimes that's all the message it is. And to me, that's a very powerful one in itself. So have a blessed one. Whoop, whoop. There goes my connection with you guys are just going to go off to the side. That's all I got to say. Have a blessed one, and we will talk to you guys soon. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Have a blessed one, and shine your light, baby.